I recently went to go see the movie Colossal, and this movie, stars Anne Hathaway and Jason Sudeikis, and it's about this woman who's suffering through an alcohol problem, and she gets kicked out of her boyfriend's apartment in New York City, and so she goes back to her hometown to live at, house that her parents have rented, and then all of a sudden she runs into a guy, played by Jason Sudeikis, who runs this bar, and she decides, to work for him in order to get some money to go by. However, during the time she's working at the bar, she finds out about this monster who's attacking the city of Seoul, South Korea. And then, as time goes by, she figures out that she is the one controlling that monster. And it's about her relationship and trying to figure out what's going on, really. And let's just say that Jason Sudeikis plays a big role in this. I'm not going to really get more into details, as that'll get into spoiler territory. But yeah, what did I think of this movie? Well, first of all, I think it's absolutely fantastic. First of all, I gotta give big props to Anne Hathaway here for trying something completely different. She's not going for any of the big blockbusters or anything that's, for awards season categories. She's really doing an adventurous indie film. So really, playing a person who controls a monster in Seoul, South Korea, while at the same time dealing with alcoholism, what a unique premise, honestly. I think Anne Hathaway plays this role perfectly. She doesn't go too over the top, but she doesn't underact this movie either. I feel like that Anne Hathaway knows the range she's playing. I mean, she's an experienced actress. For goodness sakes, she won an Oscar back in 2012, I believe it was. 2013, but the whole point is that, I think Anne Hathaway was perfect for this role. I hope she does more roles like this in the future. As for Jason Sudeikis, it's interesting that he plays more of a serious role in this movie, as he's usually kind of the funny man, or, the comedic relief in usually a lot of movies. I mean, for goodness sakes, he was on Saturday Night Live. So, great job for Sudeikis in this role, too. Now, I gotta say that the writing is absolutely top-notch. It is really funny, also really dramatic, and it also keeps the viewers in suspense the entire time. Yeah, if you know the premise of this movie, it's not gonna really spoil it, in a sense, because you'll find out eventually. But it's how they get to that premise, is what you're trying to figure out the entire time. And the ending, let me just say that, is one of my favorite endings of the entire year so far. Also, I gotta give big props for the special effects in this movie. Even though that this is not like $100 million kind of a budget movie, they still keep the effects real nice. It doesn't look too cheap. It looks exactly like, how you expect out of an action movie. Now, Colossal, in a way, kind of reminds me of Cloverfield, except that it's not, on shaky cam or whatever. And, and for all you big monster fans out there, it's not entirely about the monster. It's more about Anne Hathaway and Jason Sudeikis' relationship. And the monsters are incorporated into it, yes, but, it's not really, going to be a Godzilla versus Mothra kind of a movie. And I'm okay with that, honestly, because, I like to see human relationships. I like to see, how characters interact with each other, and having the monsters in them kind of relates to the whole premise of controlling our own inner demons and trying to keep ourselves in check. So yeah, I know I'm keeping this kind of vague here, but again, it would tie into spoilers. So if you want a spoiler review of this movie, let me know in the comments down below. I'm going to give this movie a 9 out of 10, and please, people, go check this out. We need more movies like Colossal that give us not only, a deep connection to the human condition, but also just a really kick-ass story. And great job for the direction, too, in this movie. So, yeah, people, please go check this out. Tell again, this is where I sign off, and see you around. Bye.